Hi Guy, welcome to the channel. Time for another video. I thought we'd have a bit of a look back at arcades in general from back in the day. I don't know how much older I am than most of the audience here, but I mean, I'm 35 now. I was born in 1979, so I was a kid really when the whole arcade craze was going on. I mean, I live in a town, you know. I'm not near it's not seaside town or anything like that, you know. There was one local arcade with about 10 different machines in, and it shut when I was about 7, and so I have vague memories of it, and I was always gutted years later, you know, because it had all the original. I vaguely remember playing like I can't even bloody remember what I was going to say. It was like a Ghosts and Goblins or something back then. It might have been a bit later than 87, I'm not sure. Bionic Commando, things like that. And it was very, very, years and years ago, very like dabble. But, I mean, arcade machines back then, right up until about probably 89, 90, they were everywhere. You know, they were so popular, and then they just died off, as things do. But there's two main places where I used to play them. And there was a pizza parlour, which always made me laugh, because I would only go in there to play Double Dragon, and then later on Bubble Bobble when they had it on the machine, and I would play them things to death. I would spend an absolute fortune on them. You know, I was a Double Dragon master by the end of it, but I mean, I don't even think I tasted the pizza until I was about 13. All the time in a pizza place, I never even had the pizza. It always made me up because it was, you know, it's expensive. But there was also a machine at a local swimming baths, and they had a couple of decent setups across the year. The first one was just a standard arcade in, and they would change the game once every 2 or 3 months, I think it was. And I know I played things like Russian Attack, Bionic Commando went there, Choplifter at one point. Dig Dug was another one. That's just sparked another memory. I'll go back to that in a second. But I mean, the one in the swimming pool was always the main one, because back in primary school time, I would always go to the swimming pool at least once a week, because we had a session there. And every time you pile out in the queue, all kids would be on it, and whoever had some money could go on the machines for a bit. And then I experienced some fantastic game. One at the time, I can never remember the name of it, but also there was two. There was one where it was a side-on view, and you were a prisoner trying to escape, and you had like a chain and a ball dangling off. Oh, I remember that was one of the enemies, and you had to get away, and the prison guards were shooting at you. Awesome game. And then the next one was a bit like Jackal on the Famicom disc system, and it was top down. Obviously the graphics were much better, and it's top down. You could get in and out of the car and fly about and stuff, and it was just amazing, absolutely amazing. I had all sorts of fun on that back in the day. And then as this all started to fade away, and you know, the swimming pool got, I don't know why, because I know they were making money off it. I remember talking to a guy who worked there at the time, and when they got rid of it, and he was just, I don't know either, you know. It's just, I think maybe the rent was, it's that thing again, that short-sighted stupidity of a business. Let's push the prices up of the rent because we're not making enough money on normal, so we have to make what we can. But then the answer is, well, the swimming pool just went, well, we're not paying all this money for the odd bit of next to nothing profit we get from that. Let's just get rid of it. And it got replaced with like one of them hook machines, yeah, which nobody ever seems to use. But yeah, there was in between, before they got rid of it, they did get a Neo Geo machine, and I remember playing that. And at the time, I think I just roughly around about when I played the SNES and the Mega Drive, so it might have been the early 90s even, and it just blew me away, absolutely blew me away how amazing it looked. And I had no idea that they had the Neo Geo AES, you know, as the home version, and I would have been able to afford it. I think they were about 600 quid or something ridiculous back in the day. But yeah, it was always a great experience to go down pools and stuff and see them anyway. And whenever you go on holiday, like in the country, and we go down to like a beach place, like you got Blackpool, Rill, Great Yarmouth, places. Oh, I can't even remember. Cornwall, stuff like that, and you'd see these arcade machines everywhere. And one place I've really got to play them, I mean, like 3 times a year, there'd be in the centre of the town, there's like a marketplace and a huge car park, and they'd empty it for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. On a Friday night, and this fairground would just appear, and it'd have awesome rides like Big Dippers and, you know, big wheel on it, and waltzers, I don't know if you know that, spinning cars, and all the smaller kid rides, and things with the, you know, throwing hoops and that to catch fish, and they'd always have arcades, and they had one there, and it was there till about, would have been about 92, 93, but this one this one store, I don't know how to describe it, it was like a huge building that they put up, and they had all the classics like Star Wars and Donkey Kong, Spy Hunter, things like that, and, you know, that entire weekend would just be like, it blew me away because I'd never played anything like it, and even at one point they had these Japanese card games with these nude games in it. It was a kid's fairground. I don't know what was going on there, but it was absolutely fantastic, and I think because of that I got to pretty much play all the classics. I mean, Star Wars I got to play in a stand-up cab and the original sit-down one, and even Outrun I had a go on back in the day. But yeah, you know, I mean, it was such a shame that the whole, and it's understandable why it all died off the thing with arcades, but I have so many fond memories, and they were just everywhere. There was one place, it was a restaurant above a bowling alley. Very weird at the time, and it had an arcade in the downstairs section, and I think they had the hard driving playing for the Atari one, but it was the full system, a big sit down thing, a big black speakers behind you, a big reddish car and all that, or whatever it was, and you'd sit in with this massive screen in front of you, and then I played a Rampage arcade machine as well. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, it's a shame they're all gone, but yeah, I mean, guys, I mean, have you any memories from back in the day? What were your experience with arcades at the time? Because I'm getting an old man now, but I'm sure you'll have your own experiences of how you played them, you know. What do you miss about them, you know? Yeah, anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe and everything, but I think the button is over. No, it's over there. I don't know. Find the button, just subscribe. Thanks, guys.